India is talking to Iraqi oil suppliers about crude oil. But before we discuss why, do you remember this?
Well, I really don't see the basis for your question because my understanding of the Council regulations is that if Russian crude is substantially transformed in a third country, then it's not treated as Russian anymore. I would urge you to look at Council Regulation 833/2014.
India invited West's anger over purchase of Russian oil. But since buying discounted Russian oil was in India's interest, India stood its ground. And we bought shiploads after shiploads of Ural-grade oil, got used to it. It was a win for Russia as well, which found a buyer with an unlimited appetite. So it did not really mind the discounts. But that stance changed. Deep discounts on Russian crude have come down to just $4 per barrel. And so, India's public sector refiners, according to an Indian Express report, have started talking to India's traditional West Asian suppliers of crude oil, in particular Iraq, to increase purchases amid a significant decline in discounts on Russian crude. The fall in discount also means that while buying from Russia, India might end up crossing the G7 price cap, something Indian refiners would want to avoid. So India has asked Iraq to consider better payment terms. For instance, to increase the credit period to 90 days from the current 60. Before the Russia-Ukraine war broke out, Iraq was India's largest supplier of crude oil. But all that changed once Russia decided to offer India massive discounts. Russia and Ural now make up over 2/3 of India's Russian oil imports. And the breach in price cap comes as global oil prices inch up due to production cuts by major suppliers and a dip in exports from Russia. And analysts expect Indian refiners to use the rise in price of Russian oil and the G7 price cap as leverage to negotiate better discounts with Moscow. But in case it does not work out, India should be ready to fill the gap in supply. So going back to India's traditional suppliers makes sense. But this also means that party is over. And in case you're wondering what will be its impact on economy, we will discuss it in subsequent stories. So do keep watching The Mint, like, share and subscribe.
Should I stock up on some global brands?
Diversify investments with global stocks. Invest.
Diversification is interesting. Should I invest in global markets?
You only progress when you ask better questions. Mint. Think ahead, think growth.